Hi, it's Anna with Create Your Future. I'm a manifestation coach, and to be honest, I have not yet decided what to call this video, but today I want to talk about the concept of you receive what you give and what that exactly means and what it has to do with manifestation and how to make sure that you give what you actually want to receive because it doesn't always happen on autopilot like that. And that is very connected to how your circumstances completely and only depend on you. So I hope this doesn't sound like it has nothing to do with manifestation, because it has only to do with manifestation, what I'm going to talk about, of course. So what you give is what you receive, and you probably have guessed that it has something to do with our imagination and our thoughts. I'm going to go deeper into that and explain it further and break it down, because I believe that when you understand how and why something happens, it becomes easier for you to apply the techniques and persist and get the results, because you know why you're doing it and what you are getting out of it, and that's very important. But before I do that, remember that we are giving away a free course which is going to help you identify your blocks, which is a huge help in manifestation. So please make sure to get a copy of that. It's completely free and the link is down below. And if you would like me to help you with any of your manifestations and get results, you are very welcome to book a coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. And I have times available on the weekends also, if that might be better for you. So please check that out. And let's talk about this topic actually came up in a session yesterday with a client, and we were talking about karma and how you receive what you give, and how some people, even people who are teaching stuff related to our mental power. I myself have heard this concept that you have to give something in order to receive something. And the topic that I was talking to my client was money, for example. Some people think that you need to give money in order to receive money, or give love in order to receive love. And this is how a lot of people operate. For example, in relationships, if you are manifesting a specific person, this might be interesting for you. I know that a lot of people think that, and it would be very logical, that if I show a lot of love and compassion and all the good things to the other person, then that is what I will receive. Now, in reality, that's a misunderstanding of the concept of receiving what you give, because by the way, that is also how the term karma is explained. And I have Neville Goddard to thank for the true explanation of this. It's thanks to him that I have come to understand what it actually means and how I can apply it in my life. And so I'm not taking credits for this. This is all Neville Goddard, and thank God I and everyone else have found him. So in reality, Neville says that the only thing that you have to give is your imagination, because that's the only thing that is truly yours. And what you actually give, which is what you receive, is your thoughts and assumptions and your beliefs. So it's your mental inner world. And that was such a light bulb moment for both me and my client. Me when I figured this out, and yesterday we were talking about this. And by the way, it was her idea to make a video on this topic. So if you're watching, you know who you are. So we only receive what we have given in reality to ourselves, in our mind. And this is actually the most basic concept of manifestation. We often explain it differently, which is you impress an idea on your subconscious, you do certain techniques in a certain way, it impresses on your subconscious, and then you push it out. It's the same thing, just explained with different words. And my intention is to make this simpler. Different people understand things differently, and if you know me, you know that I really don't like to complicate things. It was just the idea of this giving and receiving that people explain a lot, and people do it unfortunately wrong. Because again, back to what I was saying earlier, people think they have to physically give something in order to receive the same thing. Give money to a charity in order to manifest money, so that, you know, people do it, I think, so that they prove to the universe that they are good, that they do good things, so that they receive back good things. That is really, really not how it works. Everything is manifested. And in your physical reality, the circumstances that you experience, you can only experience what is already in your mind. So in reality, you can only experience in the physical what you have already given to yourself in your mind. And that is in reality also what karma is. What you give is what comes back to you, because you give to your infinite mind the idea of having something, and that has to come back to you in the physical form. And that is how you experience circumstances. So if you are going through something, good, bad, neutral, mostly unwanted situations, that's why people find out about this power, mental power that we have. You are in a situation that you don't want to be in, but that situation, that circumstance wouldn't be there if you didn't have an assumption that manifested it. If you didn't give thoughts, fear, limiting beliefs, so that it came back to you. Did this make sense? I really hope I'm making sense here. So, and this is also why we always say circumstances don't matter. It sounds very cliche. We have all heard this a million times, but this is exactly the reason why circumstances don't matter, because whatever circumstance you were in, by the way, circumstances don't matter, meaning it doesn't matter for your current or future manifestation, because a lot of people have this feeling that whatever circumstance they're in, this circumstance cannot change so that I can receive my manifestation or be in the situation that I actually desire to be in. That circumstance doesn't matter, regardless of how difficult it may seem. But it doesn't matter because it was there in the first place, because you gave thought to it. You gave your energy to it, and you yourself got yourself in that situation through your mental power, the same power that we're using to manifest the desired outcomes. So it doesn't matter, because if you created it, and you created it, otherwise you wouldn't be in it. You wouldn't be able to experience it if you didn't yourself not create it, but actually manifested it. This is probably a topic for a different video, but the right word is really manifestation, not creation. By the way, let me know if this is of any interest, if this is interesting for you. I would love to make a video on this. So, if you already manifested it, then and you used your own mental power to manifest it, then you can use the same mental power, direct it in a different direction, and create a different situation. Therefore, when we say the circumstances don't matter, that is what it's meant. your physical circumstance completely and only depends on your mental activity, whatever your mind is focused on. And this is also why I always say, leave the 3D alone, switch it off, like throw it out. Meaning, don't dwell on it. Physically being in it is one thing. You physically being or doing, being in a place or doing things is in reality powerless, because the only thing that can change or maintain that situation the way it is your mind, your imagination. So back to the beginning, the only thing you have to give that is truly yours is your imagination. Because even your own body is not as much yours as your imagination is. And what I mean by that is that your own body is also a result of your imagination. It's also a manifestation of yours, because everything that is physical is your own manifestation. Your SP, your whatever situation you're in, your health, depends on your imagination. So again, I really have to repeat this because I think this is very important and very, very interesting. Remember that you receive only that which you give, and the only thing you have to give is your imagination. You will receive the body of your dream if you give the right images and the right thoughts to yourself, and you give yourself that experience in your mind. Again, I'm really hoping this makes sense to you. So whatever circumstance, if you leave it alone and you go inside your imagination and you use your favorite technique, and you give your desired experience to yourself, and you can even take that as an act of self-love. You know, I am switching off this 3D that depends on me anyway. I go inside my imagination, I give myself that experience of being in the situation that I actually want to be, because I love and respect myself. And I stay there, and that is where I dwell. The law is that then it has to come back to me in physical form, because I gave that to me. So it comes back to me in a physical form. In other words, I am pushing it out, I'm manifesting it, it has to happen. Therefore, you can only receive what you give, in that sense, that you can only experience in physical what you have experienced in your mind. Otherwise, there's no chance for you to experience it. This goes both ways, both good and bad. So if you don't keep assumptions, imaginal acts that you don't want to experience, these can't happen in your reality. If it is already happening, it means that it's already there in your mind. So dwell in states of mind that you actually want to experience in your imagination. And that is what has to happen in your reality, because again, that's law. It can't happen differently. You can't wish you had something, but continuously dwell in fear and expect that wish to come true. That's not how it works, because you are continuously giving your fear to yourself, right? The experience of fear, or the experience of lack, even if it's not that bad. It's not a fear, it's not anxiety, it's just the feeling of not having it. So if that's what you're giving to yourself, then you're going to experience lack. Therefore, the best thing you can do to yourself is to find a way that works for you, and you can work with a coach. Sometimes it's for great help. To find a way to switch off the circumstances, because they are powerless, they don't work, they're useless, they're only a result of your own mind, and go back into your mind and give yourself the experience of being that person that you want to be, having that thing or person that you want to have, being in the situation that you want to be in. And just knowing that that is the only thing everything around you depends on. So if you control your mind, you actually control your physical reality. And you might think it's difficult and that you're not that good at it and you need to be perfect at it. I have made a video not so long ago, a couple of weeks ago maybe, about having to be perfect. It's the video about procrastinating and how to not to, I don't remember exactly the title, but it's the video that talks about procrastination. It's a few videos back. If you go, you can find it on my playlist. And what was I saying? That you don't need to do everything perfectly. We all figure it out as we go. You just start doing it. Just start to the best of your abilities to be in your mind where you want to be in your physical reality. And that's all that is asked of you to manifest, to be honest. So I really, really intend that this was interesting for you, that this was helpful, that this explained a few things. And once again, if you would like me to help you with any of your manifestations and get results, you're very welcome to book a coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. I'm looking forward to hearing your success stories, and have a beautiful day.